Guys, what is going on, man? Welcome back to the Cornercade. I am so excited, guys. As always, Tuesday night, get to chilling with the community. The home arcade community is in the house with your boy. I am so excited to do this chill and chat tonight, guys. I feel like it's been forever since we talked, but I'm sure we've talked recently. I don't know. We put out videos all the time, guys. I'm happy you're here. Please give this video a like if you haven't, guys. We got 28 people in the building tonight. We're going to have a huge show. We're talking some arcade one-up prices, guys. We have X-Men and NBA Jam Deluxe on sale for some deep, deep discounts. We're going to get into it, guys. We also have pinball talk, which I never thought in my wildest dreams that we would ever talk pinball on this channel. I got to be honest with you guys. And guys, and what happened to this monster, just monster 2024 year that Arcade One Up was going to have? We heard so much talk about it, and I feel like it just like an egg just hit the floor and it splattered on the concrete. Guys, I want to know your opinions because a monster year, in my opinion, is not the Infinity Game Table and the Casino Cade. But guys, I want to hear your thoughts. But first, guys, there's someone joining me on the show. Never been here to the Cornercade before, guys. I want to get your guys' thoughts and your opinion with my boy. He's walking and he's talking, guys. That's right. It's your boy, PD7 is
Hey
in the
guys,
house. Let's go, man.
what
How
an
you doing,
intro.
buddy?
All right, man. How are you?
You like that intro?
Loved it. Loved it.
Dude, I'm hyped because like I feel like I haven't streamed in forever. I honestly feel like that. It feels like an eternity. Maybe because I go sometimes like 3 times a week, but we're back in the building. I'm 100% not sick, healthy. We got some cool topics to talk about, guys. But first, I want to bring you guys in the building. I'm going to scroll all the way up here, guys. The chosen one is in the house saying, let's go. We got Widow in the building. Thumper Squid is in the house. Thumper Squid,
Bumper squid.
PD7. He won our last giveaway.
I
He
saw
knew.
that
Yep, he
the
knew.
bash box, right?
Well, I mean, it's technically is what it is. I mean, it's a
Right.
multi-cade by Kin Hank. It's super cool. You plug it in your computer, you got over 100,000 games.
Holy
I gotta be
cow.
honest with you, man. I couldn't get mine to work. Like, I got it to work, but like I couldn't connect an Xbox controller to it. Long and short, couldn't do the review for him. I told him it's not gonna work. You can send me something else that's gonna plug in. I wanted something that would plug into the TV that I could showcase with me playing with my kids and my family. I think that would
Right.
be gold.
That's
And
what I
guys,
need too.
yeah, like it's something simple. But hey, listen, if anybody is watching the show, real quick, not to diverse into a different lane here, but I have a family, guys, a family of 5 that participates in nothing but home arcade. So any type of company out there that wants to market to a family, literally right here, like it's a no-brainer. But that's a total side subject there. But Thumper Squid, your prize is coming. Should be in the mail. Just track it. Should be there in a few days. Jason is in the house, man. Little Alien, let's go. Always in the building. Love it so much. And of course, PD7 is both in the chat and here. I told you guys, he is walking and talking all over the
We're
place.
busy.
Doesn't stop.
Cornercade and I ran into what 5 times we've seen each other
Yeah,
at
super
least. I
cool, man.
mean, I keep doing drive-bys on him at Best Buy,
It's always fun,
and then
killing
he's
some
beating
time
me in
with you, my
Blitz,
guy.
whipping my
Ex
tail in Blitz.
we, speaking of that, so we got rid of the Killer Instinct and the Blitz. It's not there anymore. They might be at Synergy, so keep a lookout for that because they got strapped up on the truck there.
You got
But,
rid of Blitz?
well, I didn't. That
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
my decision. It was our GM was like, "Yeah, these things gotta go. Like, we appreciate you, but they've been here too long." But yeah, guys, for anybody that watched the Super Bowl, we in the home arcade community had our Super Bowl Blitz tournament, and guys, it was
Who
lit. Let me tell you something.
who's the
Nobody on
champion though? Who won it all?
Mike Worley won it all. So shout outs to bad guy Mike Worley
That guy.
taking down actually myself in the finals. And guys, I didn't think nobody gave me a shot, Phil. Just be honest, be blank. Nobody picked me. We had some polls in the Discord chat. I didn't stand a chance there. And actually, the bad guy Mike Worley's in the house right there. So let's go. Shout outs to Mike Worley. Guys, if you haven't checked out those channels, I mean, Chaotic BPR, the bad guy Mike Worley. Who else am I forgetting here? We got
Multicade Matt,
Gamer
Nerd
Fridge,
Lounge
yeah,
Master 84, and of
half a
course
dozen.
my man G.I. Joel right here.
Boom, there you go. Let's go, man. We got half a dozen. I played first round. Cool, dude. Took him out by 1, dude. Tight game. Then the next round, it was PD7. And PD7, let's go, dude. I beat him. Not to
Oh
brag too
man,
much. I love you,
I
kid. But
almost came back at the end. It was close.
And then I got to the finals, guys, and I'm telling you, 2 red zone interceptions will bury you in NFL Blitz. NFL Blitz 2000 is all about the turnovers, man, and I lost that battle, meaning I lost the championship, so shout out to bad guy Mike Worley for winning that. But let's keep it rolling here. We got the Dark Canuck saying hello to everybody. Steve V's Man Arcade is in the house, man. I'll be catching the stream later. Work till 11. Think Arcade One Up will do at least 2 XL cabs this year. I feel Street Fighter will be the first one. Miss Pac-Man or Galaga reskin to Pac-Man XL will be the second. PD7, that's a good kind of guess. What are your thoughts?
I see another Pac-Man XL because it did well. And I know 19K Fox kind of thought it didn't sell well, but they sold out. Whether they got discounted or not, there's no more Pac-Man XL. I think we're going to see that and a Ms. Pac-Man.
Yeah, I think Class 81 is like prime for the taking. The no brainer one would be Miss Pac-Man in the blue, and we'll get into all that. Trust me. Julio Hernandez in the house saying, "Hey Phil, getting some
Hey,
love
Julio.
here." I mean, a lot of people watch all of our channels, which is great. Mr. Jameson is here. Never heard of that name. Love the icon. He's saying howdy. Welcome aboard to the Corner Cave, man. Feel like I gotta have like a chime every time I see a first timer to like welcome newbie kind of thing. That's great. Chris C is in the house. Yo, we got Billy Wright in the building. E Leo is here. We got Gotham City Arcade in the house.
GCA.
GCA, that's right. We got Ted Adam Green.
Hey,
he's,
Ted.
he's voting for
I feel
X-Men,
like I want to say hi to everybody.
137%. Do it. They watch your show just as much as they want. Dude, here's a name right here. Mike Hawk Hurts. Let's go. I'd like to see X-Men as a deluxe, maybe with 3 or 4 additional games from the original. 100%. We will get into this, Mike. We will. There's some thoughts that me and PD7 both share the same sentiment on. Midlife Arcade is in the building. How you doing, man? Let's see. We got Carl Dog in the house. We got Ted Adam Green in the building. That's also a new name. We got there's another new name, dude. I'm loving this. Jose V23
Nice.
USA saying, "Let's go, man." I like it. Vader Davis in the house. Vader Dave was in that tournament too.
Hey, Vader.
We got Endangered Dog in the building. Welcome aboard, man. Lots of cool people here tonight. Scrolling down, we got Pagsham in the house and the bad guy Mike Worley saying shout outs. Yeah, that was a great game, man. 17-7 is what I lost.
It was a great idea too. I mean, chaotic and
Super
half
fun.
a dozen hosting that was a really good idea.
I will say this. I the only thing because I like left. So like behind the scenes when the other games were going on, I left to go watch the Super Bowl. I'm like going back and forth. I want to start that tournament next year because there's got to be one next year. I want to start that at like noon or 2.
Yeah,
So
a
it
little
gets
earlier.
done right before the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? If you want to participate, take off work. Most people have the weekends off. I put my PTO in, man. You guys can do it too.
See, I thought we were playing all at the same time. I was under the impression we all play at 7. So I was
okay.
like, I was ready to go. And
yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, it's cool that you get to like stream and see the different games and stuff because that's always fun too. Darren King is in the house. Have you seen Darren around PD7 in any of your live streams?
I don't think so.
So Darren King used to work for Arcade One Up, so he always floats in. It's really cool. So I started working for Arcade One Up 4 years ago this week. It's like his anniversary, man. And the 1 month before the COVID, offices shut down in New York, man. Crazy. But I'm glad you're here, Darren. Scaredy Cat is in the house. Let's go. UD Style in the house. What up, Danny? Modding up. Let's go. That's right, man. This guy always wants me to he wants to switch all my buttons out to like Gold Leaf or Sandwa. Like he wants to do all the real arcade sticks and stuff, and that would be dope since we've already tried doing that once. Tony C is here. Tony C is letting you know I'm here, and Tony C sent me. Tony C, guys, for you who don't know, he sent me the AtGames Legends the ultimate hockey puck thingy. But that thingy majiggy is gonna get some action after the show, guys, because I have the coin ops to that. And me and my wife are gonna try to install that, so I'm super excited. Dark Realm Gaming, guys. The list goes on and on of people that are in the building. Let's go. Cornercade, PD7. What's up, guys? Hey, everybody in the chat. What's going on, man? We got crazy old Maurice in the house saying, let's go. Half a dozen is here. You happy now, Cornercade? See, he was like, dude, Cornercade can't win the championship. He gonna do a 2-hour stream on that damn thing. Like, it's funny. What's going on, man? We got Cyber Styles in the house. Let's go. Saying, sup, Cornercade. Just wanted to stop by and say hi, but I'm off to COD Zombie Grind. Have a good night, man. Well, take care, man. Catch us on the replay, dude. You're gonna miss one hell of a show. Widow's in the building. I've got a fever for more Pac-Man cabinets. That's the first time I've ever heard that, unless it's some kind of song he's singing, because I don't think anybody ever wants to hear another one of
You've
those
heard the
Pac-Man
Pac-Man
machines go
fever,
off.
though.
Oh yeah, sure,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think I put that in one of my shorts, believe it or not. And then Grimes here. I just picked up AtGames pinball from Marketplace. Let's go, dude.
Nice.
Let us know in the chat. I'm assuming it's the
Is
HD
it the
one, and
micro or the ALP?
yeah, that's the big question because I was deciding between those two. And guys, just for reference, we're sipping on good old Arnie
Ooh,
Palmer tonight. PD7, what are you sipping on?
water, pure life.
Oh, he's got the good old H2O,
Oh
dude.
yeah.
Keep it hydrated. Love it, love it. All right, guys. So first topic of the night, guys. And I want to know, PD7, when you're watching the show and you watch it on your phone, do you watch it with the chat on or off? Like if I took this chat down, right? Does that look better for a mobile device? Because you got the side chat. I don't want to double do it here.
Well, I mean, I have it. I have it right. This is where I'm.
Yeah, so if it's on the side, like here, tilt it. What do you think looks better? The chat on or off? I'll turn it on
Oh,
for you. See, take a look. I
I
know
kind
there's
of
a
like
little.
it. I kind of like it on the side.
You kind of so just
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
standard. Okay, so we'll do that just for now, guys. We appreciate everybody. We'll bring up comments as always. Come on now, we're not gonna leave you guys hanging. But first topic of the night, guys, and I wanted to kind of backtrack as the thumbnail shows. So right now, Wayfair with there's a 10% coupon code that you can use. And Phil, how do you get that coupon code?
Well, I've not seen. I'm on Wayfair right now. Where is the 10%?
Okay, you got to sign up for a new
Oh,
account
what if
is
you
what
already
that
have?
is.
What if you've already signed up? What if your email's already in here?
Got to make a new email. I would do that. Or I think I signed up for text updates and they gave me a 10%. So there's like multiple ways to do it. But
So you can get that along with the $40 off.
well, that is the
Well,
$40 off. The 10% is the $40 then.
oh,
Mhm. So then I'll bring it down to 443. And shout out to crazy old Marquise real quick. He just joined the Corner K crew. So thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel with that membership, guys. If you have it, what I always say this, listen, our monthly membership helps support the channel so much, guys. And I always say this, Phil, when you're at work, you can't even get a soda or a bag of chips for 99 cents, guys. It gives you a month of access, behind the scenes stuff. But more importantly, guys, it supports the channel so very much and allows us to do cool, crazy projects just for you, like the NFL Blitz 2-player control deck, which is super dope. And
and
I've been in contact with 99 Lives, and we're gonna see if we can pull in some more of those 2-player control decks, guys, because we have, getting into this topic, some modding to do here because Arcade OneUp really isn't coming out with anything, but they have this deal here on Wayfair, 443 for NBA Jam Deluxe. Now, guys, I put the poll in the chat. Please vote, because I want to get your takes, guys, on what should the Corner K do next.
now what if
Should we?
Shack Jam is $3.99 though? So you can get this for $4.43. What if
Yeah,
Shack Jam Best Buy tomorrow is $3.99? What are you gonna do?
I'm going NBA Jam Deluxe. Yeah, I'm going all day Deluxe. Twofold. The screen's better, the marquee's better. You get light up coin doors, and you get the light up buttons.
I know, but you're gonna mod this regardless. You're gonna put in a 2-player control deck, right? I mean, was that be your plan if you got this
Yeah,
to
yeah,
match your blitz?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that a spoiler alert? Did I?
No, 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 no. Because I just mentioned it. No, no spoiler alert.
Okay,
So
so you're gonna mod that anyways. Like the reason I didn't get Shack Jam is because I didn't want to do any of the mods. I wanted to just plug it in. This is what I got. There's nothing you have to do to the deluxe except it's got the 17-inch screen. You know,
yeah, and no one should have to, like, when I always say you're paying like almost $500 for these things, or 300 or 400. You shouldn't have to mod anything. Like, what am I paying for then? The licenser to have the title? Like, you shouldn't. Phil, when we go get tires, at the dealership, we don't gotta mod the tires. Like, I don't gotta put chains on them. Like,
they might give us cheapo if you buy a car.
yeah,
We
they
have
might
the
give you
option
ball
of getting better
tires.
tire. Thumper squids all over Shack Jam. Like
Yeah, he's
I honestly I think that if they were priced both the same, I think more people are going to get Shack Jam.
I'm going NBA Jam Deluxe. That thing does look nice, Phil. Like, you gave me
Well,
kind of the FOMO
it
for that.
absolutely.
Yeah, and then, like, the fact that, like, we had so much fun playing the Blitz tournament. I'm like, dude, what if we did like an NBA Jam tournament? Like, that would be fun. That would be dope. It would be nice Phil, we both been to the Garcade. Awesome, awesome spot. They have NBA Jam there, and it's like, man, that's one of those titles I would love to have in the arcade instead of having these duplicate titles over and over again. Like, yeah, Joust looks beautiful, right? But I'd much rather see like I don't know. I don't want to say Sinistar, but that's the name. But different titles in the arcade that you can go down to know that that games list is different from the other midway cabinets that you have. I think that'd be really cool. So that's one side of the fence is NBA Jam Deluxe for 443. Now, regardless, both X-Men or NBA Jam Deluxe would get the two-player control panel. That two-player control panel, if on sale, is going to run about $100. Um, so keep that in mind for like modding purposes. So we're at like 543, let's just say all in. I don't have to do anything else with that. The
And I
height is
okay,
there
and I paid 605 for mine, okay? So just throwing that out there, full price
for
with the
perspective. Yeah.
$5 right. In case somebody steals it, just pay $5 Shop Hippo, 605. So we're still
Okay.
under that right now.
So yeah, so there you go. And then on the other side of the fence, we got X-Men, which got, like that comment, X-Men Deluxe. I was telling them over and over again they should release, but I'm starting to get under the impression, Phil, that they don't own that licensor anymore or something happened because why would you not release, like you just got Golden Axe and why
Yeah.
wouldn't they have released the deluxe Golden Axe by now? So like
The
I don't know if they have that. It's like
the
it'd be dope. Like it'd
the
be dope.
problem
Make it a two-player. It'd be
whether
dope.
whether they have the license or not for X-Men, it didn't sell well. It's still available. That's the problem with X-Men. Like,
Yeah.
realistically, Danny, I mean, it's $3.99 right now, and it's still available. I mean, what did you pay for yours? If you go back a year and a half, 2 years ago, do you remember what you paid for X-Men?
Yeah, actually, so I want to say it was like a year and a half ago. RC Wiley, like or Willie or whatever you call it, great company because I price match till the cows came home on all those cabinets. I got it for $3.99. I always sell my stools, sold it for $50, and then I ended up paying essentially $3.50 for it. Great deal for that, guys. I just wish because I saw the new form factors coming, and I was like, man, this is gonna look way better. Like it's way taller. So that's what I'm gonna get into, guys. But before I get into that, we have a special thing from our boy Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger. Phil, are you ready? Let's go. That's right, man. We got a $4.99 super chat from our boy Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger. Says, "What's up, Danny? PD7, get NBA, but also getting 19K Fox 6-player X-Men. You're good to go, dude. That would be really cool. I know you want it, Phil.
I do, and I would make the octagon around it. Like, I would build
You
that
have
up
to
like
build
this.
the
Oh,
wood, yeah.
I mean,
Ezekiel,
who's gonna
so
get that? Who's gonna
yeah,
buy his 6
it's gonna
player?
be, dude. I think Galaga guy might because he lives
He's
in that
close, yeah.
vicinity. Yeah, he's already got the two, the Fast and Furious
I
from Fox.
and I
But
looked it up on Marketplace, it's $800. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, it's $749 full price for an arcade one-up 4-player.
is this where you say, "Hey, I'll give you 600 cash today"? It's
I
always
don't know. Maybe
cash. Like that's gonna
6
lower the price. Ezekiel, I told you, my guy, that if you got me this arcade one up hat, I would wear it all the day, all the time, nonstop, 24/7. I appreciate it so very much, guy. This is one of the coolest gifts I've ever gotten from anybody, and I really, really do appreciate it, man. Thank you so much as always for supporting the channel. But yeah, it's very funny. I even get that at work. People are like, "Can I get a discount on this?" Like, like for what? Do you go to Target and haggle the milk down to 250 when it's $3? Like, why would I give you it? This isn't a car dealership. And then I literally say that. I say that
No,
verbatim, Phil, and I walk away. Like I don't even let
we
him
build up
finish.
our circle points, though, if we're talking Target.
I'm like, you can buy our Best Buy membership. It's about $50 for the month or for the year, and it'll get you Best Buy member pricing. And Jester Tester says Danny is getting these A-list guesters on. Man, his budget must be getting huge. People want to support the channel, Jester. And Jester, if you want to come on too, I love you, kiddo. You can come on. I'll let you come on anytime. You let me
Yes,
know.
he's the
I'll put the link
best.
in the chat. Yep. Jester
Absolute
Test
best.
Jester Tester's got that like smooth radio voice, and man, I want to ask him a whole bunch of shit. So definitely, man, if you want to come on anytime, you let me know. But getting into that, so X-Men, I'm gonna have to do a couple things with this. So like more than two things. So the control panel's got to get flipped out. Okay. The marquee's got to get replaced 100%.
Well, it's just a slip on.
Yeah,
That's an
that's
easy
easy.
one. Yeah.
That's easy, yeah. And it's gonna have to get risen. So either a GI Joe seamless riser is gonna have to make it 2 inches higher to give it that look, or I go buy stuff
Mhm.
and then I just add in the 2-inch riser to that if they make it 2 inch. I think the
3
lowest is like
3. I think it's
3 or 4. They'd
yeah.
have to do a custom job for your boy here, but, I would make a video about it so they would at least, get some return on investment to getting their name out there, but
So so
there's a
you're
cou
asking which what to get, NBA Jam or X-Men?
Yeah, so this is the thing. The NBA Jam is they're all iconic games. So let's not separate that. Would it get as much gameplay as like X-Men? I feel like my wife and I love that beat 'em up. She absolutely loves it. Now, if we're up to me, if we're going big three, I'm doing the one that's playing behind it, buddy. I'm getting Turtles because both of those games, there's like a little bit more value than the X-Men. The X-Men is just that X-Men beat 'em up. That's it. But the music in X-Men, dude, it is so
It's my
iconic. And I
favorite.
don't I don't want to take that away from Turtles because, sewer surfing, that theme is awesome. They're all great, dude. They're
The
all
Konami,
great.
all 3 of the
All of
Konami,
them,
like,
dude. Even The Simpsons,
they're
like,
a
and I got
must-have.
yeah, there I just wish that Arcade One Up and getting to the comments would come out this year with deluxe Konami cabinets, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I just don't think that they
Go
have that
straight to
stuff
the XL.
anymore.
Forget the deluxe. Go straight to the XL Konami cabs.
So that would lead into the next topic, Phil, that we have like whatever happened this big news, but let's see. Okay, stupid fat habits in the house. He's like not used to seeing Phil at night. Phil in the morning is where it's at. Yeah, Phil, what time do you get? So let me
Oh
ask you
my
a question,
gosh.
Phil.
This
Yeah,
is a graveyard.
this
This is a
this is
graveyard question.
this is what people want to hear. What time do you like when you're
This
doing? So you film what on Saturday or Sunday to go to Monday's video? How does that work?
and with Nostalgia Power on the Bad Guy Mike Worley's channel, Jester Tester, and Zod Writer, we stream Saturday mornings. So I'm either going to do the video after that show or Sunday. It just depends on what Kelly's doing, what's going on that weekend. But I'll hold on to that video, and it's uploaded Monday morning at 4 in the morning Central Time. And that's every video I do. So tomorrow morning, I have a special video coming out 4 a.m.
Phil, you're fucking nuts, man. Like, I love it. Yeah, I'm definitely not a morning guy, so that's just not gonna happen. Like I'll stay up all late night with you guys and be tired in the morning, but it's hard.
That's the
Um,
problem is I get up at 3:30, you know? I mean, it sounds horrible, but I work at 6. That's
that's
that's that's the thing.
oh that okay. So then you're kind of in that realm. I mean, I usually work from 1 to 9, and I'm up at 7:30. So I
But yeah, but plus you have kids. I work out
yeah
in
the
the morning.
kids.
So I have a full gym in the basement. That's why you see all arcades all around me in bedrooms is I'll work out before work so I can do YouTube at night. Because when I'm doing the videos, like I'm not around at home, at the PM.
Mhm.
You know,
Wow,
I'm
that's
running
true.
around.
It's a hard work life balance here that you gotta give and take.
I don't know how you do it though with the family.
It's
I'm a single guy.
It's exhausting, Phil. I'm telling you right now, kids will age you like never before, kid. Like I used to have hair, it's almost all gone, kind of thing. Like it's not that like they're so stressful. Kids are needy; they want your attention. I play with mine 24/7, and it takes a lot out of you, man. It's kind of like having a dog, but with more needs, way more needs. Like they need you 24/7. But Darren King here says it's selling well, like X-Men is relative to the number of units produced. Perhaps it did sell well, but they way overproduced it. Now
Did
this
they
is
make
one
as many
thing.
as Blitz though? Like if you're talking way overproduced, did they make more Blitz than X-Men?
So this is my question. I was having this with my wife, and I'm gonna try to remember this as clear as crystal that I can. So from John D, when I was on with Moat, OTG, Godly, and the boys, I I asked John D. I said, "Look, I just want to know stuff. I want to be a fly on the wall." And he said, "Look, dude, if a said title, whatever title you want to put in there, costs like $1 million, we would have to make like 225,000 cabs to break even." Now I'm going through this. I'm like, well, why don't you do that then? Because you are releasing Pac-Man and Street Fighter for 18,000 years. So why wouldn't you do a Hydro Thunder that costs $1 million? And then this is the caveat. Well, it might not sell. Whatever the case may be. I mean, you gotta move the needle somewhere. You can't just keep releasing the same four cabinets to be successful as a company when people are building on an arcade room. Now, I will say this, that Street Fighter, like behind me, that Dynamo cabinet was able to be priced at 299 because they've already made their money with the licensors,
Exactly.
Phil. This is
Exactly.
so 299 behind me is all bonus from here on out.
Same with
And
Pac-Man.
exactly. So you could essentially have a Pac-Man right out of the gate, 299. So that's where, like, if people wanted to know pricing or, oh my god, okay, what's going on in business? No, they've already made their money. It's all gravy on top at the end of the day. So they can there's no development costs. It's already done. And then the other side, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, think about it, Phil. The reason why we got Time Crisis, and I'm literally knocking on right next to me here, is because the Shop Hippo owner wanted Time Crisis. So now, what we're just hoping and praying to God that the CEO at Best Buy wants to get a Sega Jurassic Park shooter. Like, is that the only way we're gonna get our cabinets that we want? So let me tell you something. So is it because it's affordable? Was Time Crisis license affordable? So, like, let's say
Yes.
House of Dead. So House of Dead costs too much, even though the owner of Best Buy wants it, not going to happen. Like, there's all these factors that I feel like we're making this way more complicated than it needs to be. Like, you Arcade One Up. AtGames is doing direct to consumer. They don't have a warehouse. They're coming over on the boats and they're going right to your house.
But they're
So
not dedicated looking cabs, and that's the thing.
so it's just because it's cookie cutter, you can just do whatever, like
Well,
skin
it's
wise.
well, but it's at the end of the day, it's a multi-cade. Every cabinet behind you, it's a dedicated looking cab. I mean, that's what we're going for. That's what Arcade One Up is selling us, and how many different titles are they gonna give us? You know, how much of a chance are they gonna take with a Jurassic Park when we can get the retro shooter kit and put it in your T2, in your Time Crisis, in your big buck?
So there's a sentiment like, so take like, I'm a good example, and you're a good example too, Phil. So you did that mod, and I'm looking at it. I watched your video, and I looked at my wife, and I said, "There is no god chance in hell that I'm going to be drilling holes into a cabinet. Like, I shouldn't have to do that. You know,
Well, you
like
don't have
that's
to. You don't have to. You could
there
just
is an
feed
option
them.
to
You could
stick.
have feed.
Yeah,
I
but
said if the guy in buy stuff could do it, I'm gonna I'm gonna do it. I'm
yeah,
gonna
you're
take
like,
my
I'm going to
dad's
take the
drill and I'm gonna
challenge.
drill through this. Yeah.
But I don't wanna do that. Most people wanna plug and play. Like B Kong has stated, P Dubs has said it before, I've heard him. It's like people just wanna plug it in and play it. Like, they don't wanna have to do I shouldn't, like in Shack Jam, you talked about Shack Jam. Plug it in and play it. Oh, the screen's horrible, so I gotta go get the, Dell screen to go fix that now. Like, people don't wanna do that stuff. They wanna plug it in, play it, go through the easy menu system, and have fun. Like, that's what at the end of the day, these are
R-
tinker tot toys that you wanna be able to just have fun
Right.
without the jump. Instead of having to, okay, I gotta put new buttons in, I gotta get a slip-on marquee, I gotta light up my coin doors, I gotta get a riser booster. Like, there's all this stuff that it's like, dude, like, it's cool to have options, but you just gotta get it right out of the jump, and you gotta get it right with the right titles, and
But
that's where
the retro shooter is a plug and play. Like you don't have to drill through. You didn't have to. You could just plug it in your TV. Like we could just play it right here on this. Like that's there's nothing you have to do to that.
yeah.
You know, it's just that if you want a clean look, yeah, you're gonna have to drill through the screen.
Yeah, I think, well, yeah, I want a clean look. That's where I'm going
You know
to
what? If
for
you want
that.
it that bad, you just buy the 19-inch monitor from Buy Stuff and have all the sensors in there and just go for it all.
Yeah, well,
That's
exactly.
what you do. You go for everything. You
Yeah,
commit and you say, I'm gonna spend $500 on this mod and just do it.
and just call it a day.
Yeah.
We our poll, Phil, if you're keeping track here, it's pretty close. It's 54% X-Men, 46% NBA Jam
Okay.
Deluxe.
Do you wanna know what I voted?
What did you vote?
X-Men.
Let's go, dude.
I want you to get X-Men
I wanted to, and I think that two-player
because your
control
wife
panel is gonna
wants
be
it.
sweet.
That is the reason I collect these. If it wasn't for X-Men, I don't know if I'd have any of these. That was my first cap.
That's insane. That's pretty cool. So then let me ask you this. If I get X-Men and do the two-player control deck swap, are you gonna do the two-player control deck swap as well?
No, because I got a whole house I can fill this. I get
100%, dude. Dude, I gotta come over, like, long and short, and I gotta take a look at your room because I feel like we can cram way more in there. We just gotta
dude.
we just gotta design it right.
I got some right over here now.
So what is it? So your arcade room is obviously separate from this room. Is
It's
this just like a
right
separate?
next to me. It's a
Okay,
11
so
by 11 room, there's 15 cabs in there right now.
that's about right. Because if mine's 14 by 14, that's pretty much what you're looking at.
If I
That's still
took the
legacy.
closet doors out like you did,
Told you.
I could make the
Yeah,
roast, but I
you
gotta have
gotta.
the closet because
I'll stop.
there's storage in there.
Dude, put the closet downstairs in the basement somewhere.
There's too much, gym
No,
equipment. Hey, Johnny
it,
Blaze.
that's two more cabs, bro. Johnny Blaze is in the house. We need a golden axe online.
Yeah, Hungry Wolf needs, X-Men too. You
Yeah.
gotta get one, man.
I mean, they're both. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Oh man, I
The thing
wonder.
is you know what gets me is you had X-Men. I bought these countercades twice now. So the NBA Jam and the Marvel, I bought these things 2 different times. It stinks when we sell something and then we go right back around it and buy something again.
Well, 100%. And to be fair, this was before I really knew that 99 Lives existed and that I could actually do the mod. I never had really any faith in myself to be able to do something like that. I'm like, oh, I'll mess something up. I don't want to do it. But we were able to do it for NFL Blitz, and it turned out great. So I don't know. I mean, you know, Julio Hernandez is saying, Danny, get X-Men, Danny. Also, Captain America and the Avengers doesn't get much love. It's an underrated game. That is true. It is an underrated game. Now that fighting
It
game on there is a load of
horrible.
crap, though.
Joke.
I don't even know why. Like, why
No,
even
it's awful.
bother?
Like, what are you
Like,
doing on there?
yeah.
The Captain America, it's just a bonus. You're playing X-Men. Like if you get Turtles in Time, you're getting it for Turtles in Time. Like, did you prefer the OG Turtles or the Turtles in Time? Like, if you could only play one, which one
I
would you
never.
prefer?
I would. It's hard. I prefer the Turtles in Time, but I prefer like the Turtles in Time form factor and online with the original art would be great.
I do too.
Um, yeah, but I mean, if I were to pick the two just the way they are, I'm picking Turtles in Time.
Yeah,
Like,
me
and I'll
too.
just
One of
I'll
the
just
best
put
beat
it.
'em ups.
Yeah, I'll put them in between two cabs or something so you don't even see the side art anyway. So it'll be all good. Super Fab says I personally think when all three Konami 4 players came out, Simpsons and TMNT were the ones most went for, and X-Men sat for a while and they have overstock and are trying to discount them.
I agree with Stupid Fat Hobbit, 100%.
Now, Stupid Fat Hobbit actually just got he has an X-Men. It's like in the closet. He's gonna make it and stuff. So that'd be pretty cool. Um, I don't know, man. I gotta get that tax return coming in, man. It's taking forever. I'm like itching here. I'm itching. Um,
Now they went back up to $4.99. Where can you find X-Men at for
okay,
$3.99
so
now?
$3.99 is Arcade One Up Direct. Do you
But then
if
you
you
have to
want?
pay shipping because it's not $5.99 or more.
No. I'm gonna price match at Best Buy. Come on now. Phil. Look at Phil's like,
They'll price
oh,
match with Arcade One Up.
Phil, you don't mess with the with Mr. Home Arcade, Mr. Price Match, bro. Yeah, they'll price match it. I'll ask him to price match it. If you guys ever have trouble price matching anywhere, just if you do it online, get somebody else, and then just keep getting somebody else until they do it. Because a lot of people said like they wouldn't price match RC Willie, and they do. So I don't know what that was all about. And let's see here. Scrolling up, I saw a comment. Yeah, Mariah said, "Is NBA Jam Deluxe $3.99?" No, it could be if you sign up for the Wayfair credit card, because then you can get $40 more off, which would then make it $3.99. If you want to
Nope,
go down that
but
route.
Maria just bought. I remember on Nostalgia Power last Saturday. Didn't you buy the deluxe? I think you just purchased that, if I'm not mistaken.
And while we're waiting on that, it's MG is in the house, dude. I've never seen MG here. I've always given
MG.
MG shit on Nostalgia Power, and he finally came on over and says, "Cornercade, work on your career and get a Jurassic Park for us, dude." I wish I had the connections just to shoot an email and just say, "Hey, look, like this is the feedback that I receive. There's a whole thousands and thousands of people that want said game. Make it happen, man. They'll sell out. These $2.99 Pac Manias that are sitting around, that you won't have an issue with this one." Um, Hungry Wolf Guru's in the house says, "Yeah, Doug, I want to mess with Time Crisis. I wouldn't mess with Time Crisis. Wouldn't want to mess with Time Crisis." Okay, there we go. I don't know what that's referring to, but
Maybe
Hoots is here.
the buy stuff mod. I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, just like messing with like getting a 19-inch screen. Like yeah, it's more or less like it's the T2 that is what you're drilling in cabinets and stuff. And
Well,
look, see, we're getting.
the same thing with Time Crisis if you wanted to put now the thing is if you get the upgrade, you're gonna need 4 sensors anyways,
Yeah,
and then you're better off just getting the upgrade screen from Buy Stuff. 100%.
that's the thing. Hoot says that's the reason I went for NBA Jam Deluxe over the XL. No way I was doing the screen replacement on. So there you go. So you're getting a lot of people, that say, I just don't want to do that. Like
I know,
it's a lot
I
of.
feel the same way sometimes, like, sometimes you want it to, sometimes you don't,
But
change out a
Thumper here,
marquee.
Thumper here
Thumper's
wants to do
already
that.
set for it, he's got the screen already.
He's like, let's go. I'm gonna mod some stuff. He like James hates everything. Welcome in the house. He says if
Hey,
I want to
James.
tinker, I just do a high end PC build and run everything for those. Exactly, like exactly. I don't mind like replacing a marquee. That's easy stuff. Those things literally peel right
Yeah,
off. You
piece of
wipe it down
cake.
real good and then slap it on. So that's fine with me. Um,
Now what racers do you have? Just, what do you have, 2 Fast and Furious?
That's it. Yeah, too Fast and Furious. So that's where we were talking pregame here. Spots that I have. I mean, I have 9 spots in the arcade. So let's just say they came out with a cool stand up racer. And speaking of stand up racers, whoever wanted pole position, that game's garbage. And that's just my take, guys. I watched them get. I'm like, what about pole position? And it's got like an annoying like. It's just like that the whole thing. You're not
Well,
even
how much
racing
of that are
against
you gonna
anybody.
play? What do you
Yeah,
think
you're not,
of, Road
dude.
Blasters? You saw it at, the Garcade.
I didn't get a chance to play that one. That was one that I wanted to play too. I think, and I'm hooked on this, Phil. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I saw it there too. It was off road, super cool. I'm all for Super Sprint. I think Super Sprint would be dope. That would be way better than pole position. And I think you can put off road on that cabinet. So that's a hands down no brainer. If you were going to say, okay, well, pole position, yes, it's an Atari game. I don't know if they still own it. I don't know the rights like that. But I think that would be really cool just for a racer. Now, obviously, everybody in the chat knows Hydro Thunder is probably my go-to. I think that would look really cool, dude. Can you imagine like the candy baby blue T molding? Like that would look really dope. And obviously, San Francisco Rush, Daytona, like we're talking pie in the sky. That's never gonna happen, guys. I have gotten information now that I'm telling you guys, and as much hope as I've had, I think a super sprint could happen. I'm not saying it will. I don't think a Hydro Thunder would ever happen. And if it comes, the corner Kate will be all over that, dude. I'm talking like breaking news. I'm talking about buying it, doing videos, but I don't think anything is going to happen. And James is a big comedian here because he said he voted for a second Atari 50th to come into the arcade. Yeah, that's going to be one of the first ones that we're selling, probably. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out. I wouldn't recommend it. I
It
mean, the
looks
cab
good. I gotta
looks
tell you,
cool.
behind
It looks
you,
cool, but
I like the look.
yeah, it looks cool, but it needed to be like 2, 3 inches higher because of the way like the marquee kind of touches the top of the
See,
screen
and
if
you're
you're standing in
taller
front
than
of it.
I am. And so how I mean, how do you play Star Wars? Being as tall as you, looking down on that screen.
That one's not bad because the screen is angled. So what's happening is like with the Atari 50, the screen is literally straight up and down. On Centipede, all it takes is like an half an inch angle, and that literally makes all the difference because it recesses the screen a little bit. So in Star Wars, it has a good slant to it, so you can play it really easy.
But you're really
Um,
looking down on that. I put a riser booster on mine, dude. I mean,
See, that's the difference, and
you're a
then
good foot taller than me.
it
Like,
gets too big, and I'm like, "Oh, this is like the controls are too high for me, like, it doesn't feel comfortable." But, yes, like, if you were to cut like, where Star Wars is, like, right here, if you were to
yeah.
cut that and make it taller from there on out, but leave the controls where they are, oh, yeah, that'd be dope, like, I mean, that's where you talk about XLs, like, XLs would be good, they just gotta do it right, and I've only gotten to get my hands on 1 XL, and that's an XL Golden Tee. I
And what
liked
did
it, it
you
was
get? Did you get
okay.
that for 315?
Yes, I
Was that
got
an
that for
in-store
315.
deal?
Yep, in-store deal, yep, just like Terminator. I told you about these before, right?
You have, but I'm surprised you got rid of Golden Tee.
The screen was god awful. Guys, this isn't like oh, I'll get over it. Like okay, let me the screen on Golden TXL makes the Dig Dug Pac Mania cab look like a BOE monitor. Let me just tell you that, okay?
No, no,
Like
no, 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 no,
it's
no, no.
that
The
bad.
Pac-Mania is worse than Golden Tee.
No, you're out of your mind.
I've seen that at Best Buy enough.
No, you're out
That's
of
a
but
horrible
we
screen.
own both. Like literally my wife is super short, guys. She's like
Hey,
five
Garage
two.
Gamer.
And so when she was saying it, I like got to her level. I'm down there like I'm like, dude. like these colors are like it's like a rainbow. Like, what do you look at? Like, you can't play the game. It's literally
I
she was like, this is awful, and it sucks because we were both huge fans of all of those games, even the shuffleboard game. The bowling got the most play. I would
mine
feel
too. That's why I
I
bought it.
would literally I would set that shit on 4 players, and my daughter would be like letting them rip for like a half an hour. Like, she'd just be letting the balls rip, getting strikes, and just having fun. Like, it was super cool. I didn't want to let that cap go. I'm a big component of Arcade One Up getting their acts together for 2024 and coming out with a Golden Tee Deluxe. Phil, I think they would not. That's one you have to knock out of the park. Like, integrated riser kind of thing. That deluxe design, the light up coin doors, a bigger control panel like on Street Fighter where you don't
So
hit
they're
your hand
going
as much.
backwards. So is it, they come out with the XL. Now they're going to do a Golden Tee Deluxe.
I think they should. That's a no brainer. If you still have the IP and you're still working with the licensor, I think.
You know what? You're going to laugh at me. That was my second cabinet. I still have it.
What, Golden Tee?
3D XL.
Yeah. I mean, like, think about it. Think about online play for that. Like, you could actually play somebody online. Like, that would be really cool, man. And the tournament possibility for that, like, that would be really cool, man. I think it's a big missed opportunity if you don't do
My,
something just as
my
simple as that.
I was looking at mine the other day, and my issue with Shack Jam, as much as I love Shack Jam, they built that one better than Shack Jam. Like, I don't understand why they didn't deck out Shack Jam like they did with Golden Tee, like they did with Pac-Man, the KI Pro. You're missing the coin door, you're missing the grill covers. It's kind of weird how they did Shack Jam.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like, it must have been like a weird in between time. Like, where, how kind of like KI had that new body style, and it's like they were just like getting into like the different features. Maybe it's the same kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Are you a fan of those light up buttons, by the way?
When it's just like in the background, like I don't want them when I'm playing. Hey, have a
Okay.
good night, Jesse. Sorry, just Jesse leaving. I think it's cool. I don't think you can turn off Pac-Man, but you can turn off your Atari. I can turn off Galaga, and I
Yeah,
can
I can.
turn off NBA Jam.
Yeah, you got to be able to turn them off.
Where
I
did you
think they're
put
cool.
your certificate? Did you
I
hand
put
it
them.
up?
I put them up on the top. So you know how they have all that like warranty information on the back panel.
Yeah,
So I put it over like all the stupid ones. I leave everything else like if you want to scan it or if they need a serial number, you don't put it over that. That's just dumb. But there's a corner. I think it's on the right hand side, which I put it on. I'm like, that looks cool there, like because it's
I didn't
on
think
like
of
the
that.
back side. Letting you know, a lot of people put it up on front. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it just kind of clutters the cab up a little bit. But guys, we got some breaking news. Phil, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's hit it. All right, guys, we got some breaking news from Mrs. Corner Cage. She said, for the love of God, your wife wants X-Men. You buy the X-Men. I can't.
Yes, I agree.
Maybe I'll get both. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like, we're all waiting for tax returns at this point. Like, I got to get out of credit card debt, but this hobby, literally, I got like 3 credit cards. They're all maxed out. I'm tapped out, guys. Tapped out. So I'm waiting for that, but I think Mrs. Cornercade, then you're gonna help me with this project. I just want to let you know, like whatever we're getting, you're in here with me. So I want to let you know that. So she says, she
I think you
comments on
should
that,
keep
happy
the
wife, happy
stool.
life.
It's a great
No,
stool.
I'm gonna sell that too. Phil, you want the stool?
I have
50
too
bucks.
many, man. Too many.
Come on, dude. You can put it in a different part of your house.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know.
Then your girl can play too.
She doesn't even want to walk past this.
Is she over the arcade or what?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's funny.
She has no idea
Uh,
Marvel Pinball's coming tomorrow.
oh, dude, that is exciting, dude. Okay, Phil, I have to be honest with you. So are you working tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just gonna build it after work?
No, I'll do it when I get back from California.
God
Th-
damn it!
There's
I'm
too much.
off. I'm
There's
off
too
for
much
2
going on, dude.
okay, I wanna
I
play
still got
Marvel
Golden
Pinball.
Axe right here in a box. I got it. It's What do you guys want? Do you want me to put together Marvel
The pin
Pinball or Golden Axe?
the pinball. So hit a 1 in the chat for the pinball, a 2 in the chat for Golden Axe. Phil, I wanna see what the 720 graphics look like on that pinball as opposed to the AtGames because
And
the
here's the
AtGames looks
thing. And remember
gorgeous.
when 19K Fox and P Dubs put the glass? Remember the glass video they did? That's gonna make a
Yeah.
difference, Danny. So
I didn't know how does that make a difference? Like, I don't get it.
because the plastic it kind of like looking through the window during the daytime, like it's gonna shine back at you. The glass, it's gonna look a
Oh,
lot
okay.
clearer. So
Okay.
it shouldn't matter. if you get an AtGames or a arcade one up.
Um,
What was the one for? Was that for Golden Axe?
yeah, the one was for the pinball.
Okay.
Julio Hernandez says, Danny, what is the cab that's leaving the cornercade soon to make more room? Guys, so right now we have room for 2 cabs. I don't have to get rid of anything. Then going forward, I got 7 spots that I got duplicates in. Like take just Atari 50th because I got 2 Atari cabs. You can go Shinku Hadouken. I
You have
got
Yoga
Joust.
Flame too, right?
No, I sold Yoga Flame.
Okay.
Um, Fast and Furious would be one. Dig Dug or Galaga. I mean, I'll probably keep Galaga because it looks better. But my wife doesn't want to hear this. But Dig Dug could be on the chopping line. There's room for stuff. Don't we got room? So we're actually gonna be getting a pinball hopefully, and then that's gonna go in the living room. That's gonna be really really cool. I can't wait for that.
Which one would you
Um,
get? If you're getting an AtGames, which one are you thinking?
Okay, well, that's gonna get it. So that's gonna get into our next discussion. Man, there's so many topics. Phil, you're gonna have to like. We only got you for an hour, kid. We got so much to talk
That's what
about.
I'm trying to get you to that. Like,
KFB says, Danny, do you ever miss PC gaming? You can play all these games on an emulator and play. But you're a console fan, but you're buying the nostalgia and you're buying the atmosphere. That's the difference between multi-cade and not multi-cade. I'd have no like when I was scrolling through the games on the Kinhank, I'm like, yeah, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. But I'd rather see like a cabinet like that and go to the cabinet, then move to the next one. Hear the attract modes from all the arcades. So you're buying an atmosphere at the end of the day. Like a bad guy saying X-Men all day. But yes, to get to your point, I think at games, and if we take a look at it here, I'm getting the attack, the Mars attack, the attack from Mars for sure. Like that's just me though.
yeah, it looks pretty
Um,
good.
yeah, that's what my wife wanted. And
So
playing it, I was like, out of all of those, that would probably be the best. Um, I don't know, just by like looking at it, I think when I got to see the difference between 4K and like the 1080, just like on the playfield,
I
beautiful.
think with that screen, the plastic, like we just talked about, I don't know if you're gonna notice it unless you put glass right there. If
Well, it comes with a glass top.
Oh, is it glass? Okay.
Yep, yep. So this right here. Papa Brad talked about so much at games is building the Death Star. This is what he was kind of referring to. Not the Killer Instinct. That's a hot mess of garbage. But at games has gotten the pinball correct.
I
I'll give.
I I don't know if I'd say that's garbage. It's a 24-inch arcade screen. Like, I'm not gonna knock AtGames.
I,
They
I
they
don't
have
know. I
games
don't,
for
for
everybody, but
me,
I
I
mean,
don't need a.
dude,
I don't because at
it's
the end of the day, Phil,
24 inches.
but you're getting all borders on the side. Like, there's only so big that the cab can get. I
I
don't know
know.
it, and
If
we'll
you don't
see
have an
more.
iArcade, I think you get the Legends Ultimate. If you don't have an iArcade, if you can't mod it, you can't do all that
Yeah.
stuff. I think that's what it's for.
I think that'll be the opportunity there is for that. But as far as pinball goes, and I don't know a lick about nothing when it comes to pinball, but I got a chance to play it at the Garcade, and my wife got to play Revenge from Mars, and I think this is going to be really cool. Now, it'd be really really cool if down the road we get the pinball packs because pretty much, we had Kelso's Arcade on last week and he has the At Games Adams Family, and he's like, "You're only gonna play this because the other tables are trash." And I
Until
don't
they get
know.
more, until they get
Yeah, I might exactly like the pinball packs, and then but just looking at it, like this 32-inch playfield, the big back box, the DMD. Like I was looking
I
at this, I'm
saw
like,
one in
wow, you get a lot of
Chicago. It's
value.
7 feet tall, dude. I mean, it's huge.
Well, but that's with the topper. I
I
personally, I
know.
don't think I don't think I'm gonna put my topper on. That's
Oh,
just me. I might just sell it.
I don't know, man. You'll really like
I
it.
I kinda like the look with just, like, the back boxes and not the toppers, but that's just I mean, I saw Godzilla, they have Godzilla at the Garcade, and there was a topper on there. Johnny Blaze said, he said pole position didn't age well just when we were talking about that. I'm telling you, it didn't age well, it just doesn't look good. Um, hey, Phil, there you go. It says, "I love Road Blasters. I'd love it in an arcade. What up,
Yeah,
Gab?"
we've talked about that. I'd even take the NES version on the Buy Stuff mod.
Wait, hold on a second. because I'm looking at this and Stupid Fat Hobbit. Let me just bring this down real quick. He has a good point here, Phil. He said, Danny, here's the thing. Once X-Men is sold out, you have to rely on Marketplace to find it. NBA Jam's going to be there.
I
Yeah, you got to
man,
play the odds.
that is
He's right,
you should
dude.
pin
He's
that
right.
comment. That's the
Yes.
because I got a story to tell you tomorrow about Turtles in Time. It's sold out everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah, I
The
don't know.
only
You
place
you
to
were
get it is used. It's I mean, it's you're not gonna find it in a store.
There
And
is a
that's
brand new one in Chicago for 400. Is that the one you were looking at?
that guy will not message me back.
So you
I know
saw it.
Kevin Clausen is working on him right now. We're dealing with the teenager, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
it's brutal out there. I think X-Men is there's so many NBA jams. That's the thing. Everyone has NBA Jam right now. That's why there's Shaq Jam available. That's why there's Deluxe.
Yeah.
You got time. This thing's
That's
gonna
that's
come
a
down to $3.99 before you
I
know it.
think where it got me is that like is that price. I'm like, hey, that's pretty cheap because from what it was, I was like $6.99 when it came out, 6.50. So I'm like, man, that's like getting closer. Like, what should I do?
That's
And
where
I
it
don't
gets
have to.
all of us, okay? The price
And
gets all of
yes,
us.
and I do, and I didn't have to put as much into it as I would X Men. That's the thing. At the end of the day, is X Men. I got to put a little bit more
I
love into
haven't
it.
done anything to my X-Men yet. I never changed the marquee yet. Can you believe that?
I don't know what you're waiting for.
It's
You better
because
order it now
it's
because
my
Sabos
favorite
takes about 3 months. So
and use PD710 for,
that's I
10%
entered
off.
that. Yeah, 100%. I entered that code in. By the way, I got 10% off. It's in my cart right now. So I was thinking about it, guys. What's going on, Garage Gamer? That was from a while ago. Let's go. We're catching up. Yeah, I can't. The chat is flying, guys.
It's
Absolutely love
unbelievable.
it, man. KFB has a question for you, Phil. If you want to read this one,
Phil, do you play consoles, PC games, or just arcades? Just arcades so far. For right now,
yeah,
just arcades.
guys, it's arcade or nothing. Like, get back into it. The
It's
arcades are back, baby. Let's
it's
go.
something P-Dub said was it's the arcade form factor. You know, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's
It's
what I
something
want to play.
different. Stupid Fab says, just imagine if a Cube Smash TV came out during the TN monitor days. God, I'd have a half a heart attack. But at least we'd have it. I could still salvage it and put a BOE monitor in there. I don't know. It's just me. Let's see. Stupid Fab says Golden Tee with a silver strike and an XL with a proper monitor. I'm wet just thinking about it. Stupid. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, I would take a deluxe version. I don't necessarily need to make the jump to XL. There's nothing really going on for the XL line, and that's we're talking about arcade. What I'm supposed to have this big year, and there's nothing.
I
The
think
Infinity
they
Game
have
Board
this.
and the Casino.
I made this point in the last video or two that we all want XLs, right? There's still 3 XLs. I'm counting KI Pros and XL available. Like, do you how many I have Golden Tee and Pac-Man. I don't have KI Pro and I don't have Shaq Jam. Like, we all want more XLs. We got to buy these other ones first. I mean, they have to be reassured that if they put something a Smash TV, people are going to buy it. What do you think about the KI Pro? I'm kind of talking myself into this.
I would totally get it. So I know OTG pointed out that there's like major problems like trying to do combos with that stick. But if I was in the XL, I
It's the
would
look, though. I mean, the
100%
look
get
of
it.
this thing.
I would 100% get it.
You
I
know,
I would have to redo and like think about it. The only arcades out there that are XL, you're paying $1,000 for Killer Instinct. You're paying, if you can find it, Pac-Man, and that's it. You're not getting the other two because you're not doing the monitor swap unless you are hardcore and doing the monitor swap. And
and
Phil,
here's what I don't like about the monitor swap is 19K Fox put a second one in already. Think
and it
about
already
that.
went.
It
Yeah,
already went. Like, my TN monitors work fine. Like, as much as
that's
you
the thing
hate it,
that
like,
that's the thing that sucks at the end is that you're taking a big gamble. Phil,
I
we are at 99 people watching us. Can we get one more? Can we break 100, guys?
good.
Can
We got
we?
99 in the chat. We have 36 likes. Hit that like button,
Come
guys.
on, guys. It
Let's
helps support the
go.
channel so much. It's free. All you got to do is hit the like. Like it. Oh my God. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting this channel, man. Nerdloft Gaming wants to know, PD7, where's the rest of the MVSX? What
Right to
happened?
my right in the arcade. That's just a stand for my stand and NBA Jam countercade. The
Yeah.
issue with the countercades is having the right level to play them, right?
Mhm.
Marvel's on an iArcade, which is 37 inches. The MVSX is 32, so you got to get a little bit higher. It looks a little ridiculous right now, but it's all show, man.
Yeah, look at it. We're
Yeah,
just
you still
catching
have your
up.
MVSX, don't you?
Oh, yeah, dude, I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
the high you got the high-low hack in yours, right? Yep, yep.
yeah,
Yeah, you actually put me on to the high-low hack,
yeah.
to
I
the
mean,
right one, yeah.
you see, we could play turtles on there, but having that dedicated cab, like look behind Danny, you see all those cabs, like that's the excitement about it,
Mhm, and you're paying for
you
the
know?
ambiance
Hmm.
and the atmosphere. We broke 100. Let's go, dude.
All
Phil,
right,
let's
nice,
go,
nice.
guys. Thank you so much, man. Seeing the triple digits is amazing. I mean, I think our highest we've ever had is like 115 people watching, maybe 130. I haven't kept count, but I will say this, Phil, it looks like you're gonna be building that pinball because I think there's a couple more ones than twos. So you gotta let me over. You gotta let Mrs. Corner get over. She wants to play the pinball. And I would really like to see the play field difference because we
Yeah,
have a
you'll have to check it
32-inch
out.
TV. We have a 32-inch TV up here, and I'm looking at that thing, and I'm like, "Man, that does not look like a big play
When
field."
you
And
turn it
Phil, you were saying, "Well, it's 7 feet tall," and I don't know, it might not be as big as you think because we did
I
take some rough measurements, and I'm like,
I
"Okay, that's
saw it
not as
in
bad as I thought."
Chicago, though. I was there.
Oh, you were in person, okay.
Yes, yes,
Okay, well,
and I
then I'm gonna
loved
have
it.
to take your
I
word.
just Here's the reason I didn't get is I bought 4 arcade one-ups for the price of the ALP.
Oh, wow, yeah, see, so
Think
there's
about I mean, it's just think about that. These are the cabs that have been sitting around forever. None of these were new except for the NBA Jam Deluxe. Everything else has been sitting Golden Axe, Marvel Pinball.
yeah, I yeah,
This is the time to
that's
buy this
true.
stuff. Just like Stupid Fat Hobbit said, when it sells out, it's gone. If you would have saw Marvel Pinball at Synergy, if it was 400, would you have bought it?
No, I wanted to leave there with 300. So the plan was 400. I'm like, dude, I'll get this off your hands for 300. And then they came back. What they do, Phil, and I didn't get a chance to tell this to you like in person, but what Synergy does is they kind of like purposely don't price their stuff. Some stuff is priced already.
Oh, they
They kind
get
of
their
purpose
phone out. They get their phone out. Like,
Yep.
what are you
So what
looking
they
at?
do is they go by the current Best Buy price and they take 20% off that. And when you went, that Marvel pinball was on sale for Best Buy. When I went, it wasn't. So they jacked the price back up to 520. And I'm like, yeah, you lost me. Probably never going to come here again because that's BS at the end of the day. Guys, this stuff is stuff that Best Buy throws away and you guys are buying on pallets for next to nothing and
There's
you're trying
a
to make a nickel off of
there's
it.
a Best
Stop.
Buy outlet right around the corner.
Yeah,
I'm sure
literally.
that's where they're
Yes.
getting them from. Yeah.
That's where that stuff should be in the beginning. So that's what put me off to Synergy. Like, do your walk and talks there, but I'm like, I'm good. I might pick up like the small infinity game board if tax returns come around and Mrs. Cornercade really wants it. But that's the only. I'll probably just get
Mm-mm.
it at the real Best Buy anyways. Because
Priorities,
yeah,
get the X-Men, dude.
that
Get
looks like that's
X-Men.
the priority. Mrs. Cornercade is just telling me what's up. So there's not 7 slots because she said Danny will be sleeping in the car if he ever thinks about getting rid of Dig Dug. Honey, you
Looks
can
like
play
Dig
Dig Dug
Dug's
on the
staying.
Galaga cab. Oh, I love her. But she's not wrong. When you're playing it on the right form factor, I said this a million times, it just makes it that much better. Let's go. Um, let's see here. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Uh, do you see any comments here? I'm trying to scroll down. The chat is flying, guys. We talked about okay. So Phil, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? So we're now going into like the end of February, March here, RK1 have said, hey, we've heard from a lot of YouTubers that this is going to be a big year. Big year of the XLs. Okay.
I think we're 2 years away from the XLs. I think it's
Yeah, year
all
of the
XLs.
XLs. Nothing. I
2025, all XLs.
This sounds like year of the Infinity game board table. Where can we play it? Well, you can play it on a bus, you can play it in the store, you can play it on a train, you can play it at Disney World. I don't care where you can play that. There's not enough marketing
I
that's going to take to sell that to the common folk. Guys, your name is Arcade One Up. It's not
I know,
board
but
game
they
One Up.
need
Like
customers, and I think
wh-
that your first and second quarter, they're gonna be pushing that Wheel of Fortune Casino Cade and the
oh
Infinity Game
geez.
Board.
Well, I mean, I see. I Phil, I told this to my wife in the kitchen. I said, "Listen, Arcade One Up can do whatever. They can put out a coin pusher, a claw machine. I I don't care, but as long as you're doing
We're having this
your
talk in the kitchen, guys, like, this is serious stuff,
oh, come
like
on now. This is for I told her, I was like, "I don't care what you put out with, but you gotta satisfy what your name is." So you put out the deluxe re-releases, you put out your 4 titles a year, and at this point, I gotta change my thinking and putting it 190s and 180s cab every year because I don't think Arcade One Up can handle 4 new titles. I gotta be honest with you. From what I'm seeing and what's going on with that company, I don't think they can handle it. So let's
we're
just
getting
dumb
2.
this
We get 2 this year, that's it.
let's dumb this down a little bit. Let's do 180s and 190s, early 2000s, whatever you want to do. Now you satisfy both company or both parties there as far as new titles go, and then you also satisfy then doing the re-release deluxes. So imagine your Golden Axe and a beautiful deluxe, getting it right with every feature that they have on now,
With
and
online.
then yep, 100%. And then you can put out your weird, wacky shit like, oh, that's cool. They're kind of like a claw machine. But when your bangers, when your top, your big dogs, if you're building a big three like in basketball, and your big three is a infinity game board table, a casino cade, and a re-release of said cabinet, you failed. You 100% failed. I mean, Phil, what do you think?
I don't know if it's a fail, it's trying to attract new customers. You got a super chat you gotta get to.
Oh, okay. We got to scroll down, guys. We got to scroll. Oh, this is all the way down. Well, we're missing a lot of it. But we're gonna scroll back to the chat, but we got a super chat coming in hot. Let's go. All right, we got a 9.99 super chat from our boy Giovanni. He says, "For the love of God, Danny, I will build you a rhythm game cabinet just so your kids can have something fun, exciting, unique. Please make space for a music cabinet, DDR, pump it up." Uh, I would go DDR. I think my family would really have fun playing that one. And if you want to do that, buddy, I will let you do that till the cows come home, and I'll make a video about it and do a review on it for you. That'd be really fun. My daughter would get a kick out of that. She loves music. My son loves music too. A little short story here. So my kids two, my son 2 and 3, and he's in the car just screaming. He just big mad, dude. He gets big mad, dude. He was in the car seat, and Phil, you haven't dealt with this yet, but he gets big mad, and he's like, "All right, screw you! I'm throwing the shoes off. That's it. The socks are going too." And so I played some Andy James. For anybody in the chat that doesn't know Andy James, go check him out. He actually, the last video that we put out, he did the Killer Instinct theme. He's did the Mortal Kombat theme. Like I'm saying, like he redid it kind of thing. And it's all instrumental, just rock. Phenomenal. Put him on. And my son just was quiet. He's just bobbing his head like this.
Well,
Like he's just getting down, dude. My kids love music. I think they get it from their dad, but yeah, Giovanni, we're big music people over here. But thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. Now we got to scroll back up because there's a lot of good comments here. Phil, while I was yabbering away there, I don't know if you noticed anything that anybody has said. There was a lot of Nintendo talk, Donkey Kong, Mario Brothers, stupid fat habit. What are you talking about? Somebody said, Johnny Blaze said in the chat earlier, he said, what if Arcade One Up has their big news is that they got the Nintendo license for 2024 and he did the hush emoji. God, can you
that'd be
imagine?
huge.
I,
Would you get Donkey Kong if they made it? It's
I,
tough. I don't have a lot of I know.
no,
I'll
I
say
don't
it.
have an
I'll say it.
yeah.
I don't have a lot of nostalgia for it. I think it looks great.
Yeah, I think it's cool,
You
but
get
yeah,
that powder blue look. I
I
mean,
don't I don't go when I go to the art like I've been to real arcades. I don't go there. I don't, Popeyes. I the Super
yeah,
Mario.
that
I
looked
don't go
good though,
there.
didn't it? Didn't
They
Popeye
look
look
cool,
good?
yeah, they're cool, but I'm like, "Hey, let me check out this one over here," or, like you were talking Roll Blasters or I don't know what there's
No.
so many games that, like, it's impossible to really hone
I'm
in, but
like
this
you when it comes down to it. I'm a 90s fan arcade.
yeah,
Like, I want
100%.
the 90s titles, okay?
And now we did, courtesy of my wife, dabble into some of the 80s, and I got 4 80s cabinets here. I like playing the 80s games. Don't get me wrong. 90s is where if I would just have all 90s if it were to me, but it's nice to play Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Galaga,
You
like
need some of
Star
those in your
Wars.
arcade. You have
Yeah,
to.
it
You
makes
have
for a
to have
good and like, I'd much rather have like, we talk about it all the time, the Hydro Thunders of the world, the House of the Deads, like Area 51, like Those games would be really, really cool. Daytona. I
Can
mean,
anyone actually finish Area 51 where the spaceship doesn't fly away?
no, I
Like,
never. If I put
every
coins in, I
time.
don't even get past the first like area. Really, I'm out immediately. So that would be one that I'm coining up all the time. It's a good thing Arcade One Up doesn't charge you. Can you imagine if you had to load up a digital card?
Oh
You
my
had to play
gosh.
these games. That would be unreal. C-Mart is in the house. He says, Danny, obviously hadn't learned from any schooling that John D gave him. Shake my head. Well, I did. I brought it up. What are you talking about? I'm just saying, like, guys, like, we live once on this planet. Do we really have to let money? I mean, if you're going down as a company anyways, and you're not successful, why not try something different? Like, why do we always just have to say, well, we're poor, so let's just be poor? Like, give
I
it a
think
shot, man.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, NFL Blitz, they spent a lot to get those, dude, and they didn't do well at all. That's the
I don't.
problem. They
Is it
have to
because it?
recoup from that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's
that
gonna
I can
You gotta
agree on.
sell
Yeah.
Infinity Gate, you have to sell some of this other stuff, claw machines, to get some more revenue and to take a chance on something. I mean, would you agree that we're gonna get Smash TV this year?
Dude, I got to be honest with you. Like,
I mean,
I thought that was a shoe in, guys. I'm 100% being honest with you. Like, I thought that was a shoe in for January. Like, I'm like, okay, honey, like we got enough money for one more cabinet. We're gonna get the Smash TV. It's not one that we want, but it's one that I will accept at this point because there's nothing new, and I don't even know if we're gonna get that, man. Like, I got to be
I
honest with
think
you.
we
It's
see it in
it's
April.
looking
I think
so
it's
bad.
announced
Like,
in April. I think
oh
that's
yeah,
the setback, the
you
delay.
you kept talking about April. I do want to let you know Travis MCP was referring to April as in like the Midwest Gaming Classic
He's
trip.
shutting me down, guys.
Yeah, he wasn't talking about anything Arcade One Up related in April. So I just want to let that be clear to everybody. It was a gaming trip to the Midwest Gaming Convention.
The beauty part about April is it's after the first quarter. So we're in second quarter when we start hearing news. I'm telling you, we're gonna see something by summer.
I hope so.
Physically, like physically, you're gonna get the announcement early spring, but you'll see it in summer. Look at when Pac-Man hit out. Like the XL Pac-Man, I bought it. I wanted to say it was in September, and it was sold out by when? End of December, January.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that long. Like you're gonna get look at NFL Blitz and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 the year before. Both were in November.
I got two good comments here. First of all, James hates everything. Says MVC2 sold out. Did it not? Even the Kith version. I don't think the Kith version sold out. I think it's still available. Um, they just ordered Blitz. That's a can they could release again, a cab that they could release again and again and again in limited quantities. Instead, they flooded the market. They
I
probably should have held back a little bit on that one.
There's still a lot of Blitz out there though. That's what scares me about that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I don't. It's hard pressed for me to think that late hits just ruined everything. I had a blast
No,
playing
no,
NFL
I it
Blitz. It's
doesn't,
just dumb.
dude.
That's
That
dumb. Like that
nothing to
that
do with
notion is
it.
so dumb. Yeah, there's no way that's gonna have.
They made
Darren.
too many. They made too many right away. I think that's the
Yeah,
issue.
and they should have done it in like
How much
increments,
did you
kind of
pay for
thing.
yours? Did you buy it right away, day one?
Yeah, I bought it day one because I was like,
5.99. I mean, I paid 5.99 for mine.
well, I got a discount on mine because the Best Buy discount. But yeah, it's around that. It's not like it's anything huge and it's gonna make or break. But I was like, dude, you gotta have NFL Blitz in your arcade, and that's where we're talking about early 2000s, 90s titles. Like that's all.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I
us
mean,
at the end of the day. So I was right up my wheelhouse.
is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 really sold out? I'm trying to find it right now.
You find it. We can.
I
We
see
can.
it on Best Buy right now.
So it's still there. Okay. Um, Darren Kang says, I was a big Smash TV proponent when I worked there. I still hope it happens. So, Darren, were they like thinking about this like years ago on a whiteboard somewhere? Or is this something new that came out? Like, because it's hard pressed for me to say, this is the thing that I don't understand. What I want to understand, like, why does one title, remember, these titles have not been in existence for like 40 years, 40 years now. Why does one title cost more and another title doesn't? Like, is it just certain people in the company are just like, yeah, you can go make a Smash TV, go ham, just give us $500,000 or make
Because we're gonna pay for it. I
20,000.
mean, what did you pay for Time Crisis? Did we
Well,
both buy that full price?
and well, I mean, theoretically, but I sold two cabs to get it,
I
so I
did
paid
too. I did,
190.
and that's the thing. I spent 100 on it because I sold Ridge Racer for 650.
You sold Ridge Ra oh, you had the mod in there, don't you?
Yeah, well, I had a mod in the Star Wars, so it's just
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say, who the hell bought Ridge Racer for 650, bro?
that's
No,
why I
you should
bought
be ashamed of yourself for selling it that no, but you had the
no,
mod.
no, no.
That's a
I think that was, like, a fair price. The gaming box, I think it's $300. I paid
well, you okay,
6.99 for that
let
Ridge Racer that I got that stinking Kohl's Cash for. It
let
wasn't worth
me
6.99.
you real quick, you've now played Ridge Racer and Fast and the Furious. So they just for anybody that's asking, for the people that don't has not
What's
been on the Fast and Furious cast.
what's better,
The,
like, between the 2?
no, the form factor is better on Fast and Furious, right?
Big time. The games are
Yeah.
better on Fast and
Well, the
Furious.
games are better, no brainer. And then like the form factor, because a lot of people are saying, well, form factor. Well, those are the people that haven't touched the Fast and the Furious. They have redid. They made
I
it way taller. It's way better than
The
like your
screen see
previous
this
driving
that's
kits.
why I asked you about your screen on Star Wars. It's higher than your Star Wars screen. That's the same height as Ridge Racer, your Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah, that is. I'm trying to look here, and I'm like, yeah, that was
It was
because
very
big bucket.
uncomfortable to play that game.
Yeah, you were kind of hunched over a little bit, and I'm glad that they redid that form factor because I'm like now like okay, what other racing cabinets could they get? That'd be kind of tickling my fancy a little bit here.
The
So
Fast and Furious is so good that I wouldn't even think about putting the, gaming box in it.
there you have it, guys. There you have it. Like the
But
game, the one
Star
game
Wars, I
itself.
would. That's how do you feel about Star Wars? Do you actually seriously, do you play those 3? Is that a
Yes,
go
I play it. I think I would. What I would do is I would want to get the newer one that came out because I love that continuous artwork, the coin door, the black team molding. I think I would do that, but I don't know if I wanna put I think it would be cool to have, like, what your mod that you had because you have all those games and everything, that would be really
I'm
dope to
playing
have, like
Daytona on that flight yoke. Like, remember when Beacon made that for Papa Bread, and he was
yeah.
playing Daytona on there, like, it plays so good. Daytona plays perfect on a Star Wars flight
How
yoke.
hard was that to do?
It was, it wasn't I watched Tech Buzz's. I watched Tech Buzz's tutorial,
Mhm.
and I just followed his steps. I watched P-Dubs and Beacon when I did, Ridge Racer, and I mean, it's just a matter of dude, you changed out your, control panel for Blitz.
Yeah.
It's not much more than that.
It'd be something to think about for sure, and just getting back to the topic, Brooklyn Menace is in the house, so Smash
Hey,
TV
Brooke.
is on one of the best twin stick games that they got, Total Carnage. It'd be cool to have all those, I'm not saying that, but it's like what I'm saying is I would get it, right? But, like, me and my wife were playing that at the real arcade, and I'm just like, "That's alright," but, like, it's not like, I would much rather have an
I think it's
MK4, like, or something
nostalgia,
like
dude. I
that,
mean,
like
it's a nos I played that on Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, and j if you had that in an arcade form factor in your home, it'd be unbelievable. I mean, you saw the side art, Danny. It looked
yeah,
like the
yeah.
Running Man with Schwarzenegger, like, dude, it's a cool looking cat, and Total
It's cool, yeah,
Carnage.
yeah.
That's the game I wanna play the most.
Total Carnage was actually
Yeah.
better neat dare
Mhm.
I say, because of, like, the map and stuff like that. I do
Yeah, it's
kinda like that, yeah, he's not wrong, it's just it's like, yeah, that's not like the first one I'm like, thinking of, like, "Oh, that's not like the go" like, Arcade What Up, I would love to know, like, Darren Kang's here, like, what games were up for suggestion? Like, what like, is it it's all gonna be based on, like, the licensing and all that, like, the amount of calves they produce, but I would just like to see, like I would love for Arcade One Up to just, like, release a list or let me get a list or something
or you know what?
that
Darren,
I
are you
can
still in the
see.
chat?
Oh,
How
he's
about
still
some
here.
apparel, some shirts, like some
Oh, that's not
arcade
gonna
one up
happen.
No, no, put them
So,
on the
like
website.
this?
Like we will buy this stuff. Danny and I will wear this stuff everywhere. Like
I told Ezekiel, "I'm gonna sleep in this hat." I was not kidding, bro. But, yeah, I don't know. I just think, see here, Super Fab says, "I personally think the Smash TV Center gives me more American Gladiator vibes
oh, I can
than the
see
Running
that.
Man." Yeah,
But
I definitely
the
agree
whole
with that.
concept, it's kind of a Running Man with the money, the game show, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I played Robotron too. I don't. It's not like I hate that.
A lot to
Look at
say about apparel.
Darren said, "Yep." So
Oh
that's just the
man.
thing. Like, d- God, I mean, I can only ask, but like did you guys go to said retailer, and once you get shut down, is that it? Is that like it? You're not like fighting for that title. Like I would lock the doors and be like, well, you guys are missing dinner, so what do you want to order here?
What
Because we're
about
not leaving
NARC?
here until we
What
until we get the sale kind of thing. Um, but that's just me. I don't
I
know.
don't know, but dude, I mean, go on any site right now. I always say this, there's so many cabinets. They gotta sell some of these. They can't have how many cabinets are there? 25? They gotta sell them.
It's amazing to see like the Street Fighter legacies are still. It's like guys, get the
Did you see
Tempest is
is
still
that
there. Like
site legit,
enough.
that Woot? You can get the,
No, yeah, but no, that was it is legit, but they messed up and they put the Street Fighter Dynamo when it was the Street Fighter Legacy that they were selling, so they had to switch that picture.
right, but still, if you want just like you said, if you want that style, that cabinet look, 349 is not a lot
That
of a
artwork is
difference.
cool, but you got to do a lot to like the marquee is
Well,
faded. You gotta put it on a riser because the screen cuts off, or it's a sit down cab. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. It's just it was cool. Like the artwork is really dope, man. That like Road Warrior design that looks really
I know,
cool.
it's
Like it
cool.
screams 90s. I just wish they would do that. Maybe like deluxe it up, and then do something cool like that. That'd be dope. But for this year, I would totally want Street Fighter 3, or Third Strike or something like
But
that. That would
that's
be.
that now that's a long shot. I
Do you
mean,
think so?
it
I think that's a
yes.
shoe in. See, it's very interesting to see. Okay, let me ask you this: what do you think some titles that Arcade One Up could come out with? Kind of like a prediction here. Because I think that's a shoe in, but you're saying that's a long shot. So why would
I
that be
don't
a
think
long
they
shot?
wanna spend the money on more Capcom. They're gonna use those otherwise, we woulda had different games on the deluxe behind you. So if we got an XL Street Fighter 2, it's those same 14 games. There's no doubt about it. If we get an XL Mortal Kombat, so hard cover your ears, it's the same as the deluxe, the
Mm.
MK30th.
So Darren got back to us and said Smash TV was discussed all the way back in 2020, 2021. How I gotta maybe I'm just an idiot here, but how was that high on the list? It must be like they had to have broken it down, Phil, like affordable titles. Because literally, Sega Star Wars trilogy, and I will say this till the damn cows come home. Unless that costs $500 million, it's gotta just be out of reach. That they're like, no, we can't. It's not even a thing. We can't even touch that. So it's not even up for discussion. That's the only way that my brain can understand how any of this is working right now.
You gotta
But
make it like a Shop Hippo exclusive or a Arcade
well,
One Up exclusive. I mean,
and so
forget
that's
Walmart with some of these.
yeah. Well, that's what he's saying. He said, but it's tough to sell to retailers. I don't understand how it's tough to sell to retailers when retailers will take a Tempest that's sitting there for 4 years now. Why wouldn't they take
Or Costco. I mean, look at how cabs do at Costco. The Star Wars Pinball, the Pac-Man XL, they both sold out. In a matter of September, October, November, December, they were gone.
yeah, and that's 100% right. They just discount them and move the drill.
I
And
went
he says,
every week. I went every week, guys. They're they sold them.
I I think they could do some I 100% guys think that this can happen. What he's talking about is a direct to consumer exclusive. So what that means is you put on your website Arcade One Up, you order now like the AtGames, you put $200 down to pre-order. The cab's $4.99. It's Qbert direct when it comes out the boat. It goes right to the shipping docks and it goes right to your house. There is no warehouse where you have to pay to hold these things. There's no staff that you're paying to staff these things. I think that's the true way to go if that's even possible. I don't understand logistics that much. I don't work for UPS or the post office, but I think if AtGames is doing it, why can't Arcade One Up do it? And that would get way more cabs in the hands of way more people that really want this. And you would already be
I,
sold out before they get here.
I know
If they
At
don't,
Games might be taking a little bit more of a gamble right now because they're trying to push it. You got a super chat from Zohar.
oh, Zohar is in the house, guys. So we're gonna hit one for you, buddy. Thank you. All right, man. KFB with the big 1999 super chat. Danny and Phil, I think it's okay to visit the past. Nostalgia is great. Every now and then, it's okay to visit the past, but living in the past is not healthy. You guys need to play the games in the present. Just my opinion. What are you talking about? Tekken 8? Are we talking about Tekken 8, Phil? What are we talking here?
I get it, man, but the past was so good, dude. Like we're just trying to relive those glory days, man. Like,
Call it
that's what
like
I'm doing every weekend, man. I just it's just the time.
I'll get you. Call of Duty is fun. I'll play it all the time. But like I said, the cornercade started. I want you like Phil. You could get away with this, but I can't. If I go to sit down right now on the couch and try to play Call of Duty, my kids are gonna rip the control out of my hands wanting to play.
Well, that's gonna happen to you, and I'm gonna fall asleep. That's
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Like Call of Duty's fun. But, like, in order to play it properly, you wanna sit at a desk, 24-inch monitor, like, get it like, play it competitively, like, you're not playing that on a 75-inch TV, low latency, all that crap, like, trust me, guys, I was competitive in Call of Duty before, like, it's a blast to play, but I think sharing a passion and building an ambiance is gonna be like now that I have a family, it's just different, man. And it's really, really cool that you can kind of dive into these classics. Like, I never thought in a million years I'd be taking my wife in 2024 to a retro arcade, like
Or to
Phil.
have this
Like,
at our home. Like, I would have never
I yeah,
thought this.
100%,
I mean,
100%, yeah.
man, having X-Men at home.
Like, who would have
Oh,
thought? I'd
it's
never thought
awesome.
in a
It's
million years
awesome.
that I would own behind me, I would own an MK2 Deluxe that my mom and my dad and my brother, we went to Poochie's in Chicago when I was a kid, and I would just look at the attract mall. My parents would give me a couple quarters, I would play that. Like, it just if you really, really remember it, it's like, dude, that is so cool, like, having that in your house again.
Or
It's
Zohar
something that you
playing
could teach
look
on.
at Zohar's beating up everybody in Mortal Kombat on Fightcade, like anything. Dude, I mean, do you ever think you'd be playing Mortal Kombat arcade ROMs at home, dude? I mean, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It's really cool, and like Brooklyn was saying, they need to play VR. No, stink it. I might sound like an old fuddy duddy, but VR is okay. But I mean, I've done the demos. It's cool, but I saw you guys like playing VR golf and stuff. I'm like, it's not for me. It's a very inclusive. Like, I gotta get my wife involved, guys. I'm married for a reason. It's not so I can live life singly. Get my wife on there. Can we link them together? What's going on? And also, guys, Phil, I was looking at on before the show. I was looking at some Galaxy projectors. Guys, you're gonna have to send me some links of like some good ones because they got some for like $17 on Amazon, all the way up to $70, and they put this Galaxy projecting light onto your arcade. Do you think those things are cool at all?
I do. I mean, if you're going for that look, I
Mhm.
just it's cool to just come in the room and see that.
That's what I was thinking about. I was like, I was taking a chance. I don't know which one's good, which one sucks. I don't know. But to sum it all up, guys, is Arcade One Up, Phil? Are they going to have a good or decent year in 2024?
I think that if they don't make the same mistakes they did with Blitz, they will, because we're still buying them. I just bought I don't know if you can hear me, but I bought 3 in the last week, okay? So, people are spending money on arcade one-ups, regardless if they're new titles or not. I didn't think I was gonna ever get Golden Axe. I didn't know if I was really gonna get Marvel, Pinball, but I did, and this is what they want us to do, is they're not gonna give us anything new, so we go online and we find something, and we're like, "Holy cow, it's down to 5.99, let's just buy it." And that's what we did,
Hmm,
you know?
yeah. So, well, I'm not getting the Infinity Game Board. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. I'm not excited about the Infinity Game Board. My wife might wanna play with me, like Candyland, Shoots and Ladders, and all that, but I wanna get some of the arcades, and I hope that I'm keeping hope, people, on this channel, keeping it positive, that there's some hope out there for Arcade One Up, that they're going to come out with a couple new deluxes and a couple rehash deluxes that would be really, really cool. But we'll get it. We have all year to talk about that, guys. At least a couple few months. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. I do know that from this show today, it sounds like X-Men is coming to the corner, K guys. So we just gotta wait. We gotta wait and see money a little bit and make sure that is at that 3.99 price point because we're not spending a
And
dime
you'll
on that.
have just chill till you're ready, but like Stupid Fat Hobbit said, 3 months from now, it might be sold out. I mean, like,
Yeah, that's true.
it's
I could go at
possible,
any
guys.
moment. Yeah.
Same with Golden Axe, and that's why I did that video last week, just kinda saying, it's 4.49, like, I don't know if they're gonna go any lower, but I'm not gonna gamble on it
And
anymore.
then you had some like Target gift cards and stuff too, right? Or some points or something you used.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the
And
right
that
time. Now,
Bill,
I wouldn't have got it because I don't like that swan design. Now that they came out with the new form factors, it would be cool to see that like in a Blitz midway
you know what
form
it
factor or
was?
something.
You
but
know what it
go ahead.
was? It was the
What?
Superman color scheme on the control deck.
Oh, you like that?
Mhm,
That's what sold it
mhm.
for you?
Yes.
I remember when you went to the vintage vault and you saw that Spider-Man
Oh,
beat 'em up.
Sega
That looked dope.
Spider-Man,
Yeah, it was dope,
jeez.
dude.
You gotta
Yeah.
go there, you gotta go.
So Garcade or vintage vault?
Well, it depends. If you wanna play Sega Spider-Man and Narc,
Well, yeah, that's the only
Vintage
place, yeah.
Vault.
So I'm not I won't lose sleep if I miss those 2. So, Garcade, I guess, is there. At least we know that's a proven one. And I'm so happy. Shout outs to Garcade if you're ever watching this. You did not charge my 2 and 3-year-old to play the games. That literally, like, I gave the guy a fist pound. And I said, "I really do appreciate, man,
It's
man,
a
because
great business.
my kids aren't gonna play like, they're gonna sit
No,
there in the
they're
racing games, they're not playing the games like that, like, so you don't need to charge them $30. It's like so I was really like, "Dude, thank you so much, man." They let me record in there, do the
oh,
video
yeah.
tour,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
super cool
They only
guys,
charge
man.
me a little bit because they know I'm not there for long. I'm doing the video, then I just get out of their way. The
Oh, see,
people that the people that are
I was
there
trying to
playing,
yeah.
they want nothing to do with you. Like, it's like, stay out of their way. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
they're serious gamers there.
I was like, "Dude, I need to get this video because I wanted to put out a video that I thought it was really cool to do a tour of it, but I wanted to get in and out because I wanted to play the games. I knew my toddlers were only gonna last so long that I wanted to actually play the
I
games and
know.
have fun.
It takes a
C-Mart
lot out of me. Like, in that place,
yeah, yeah.
talking and going around, I don't last long there.
Phil, C-Mart says, Star Wars Trilogy is a Sega Model 3, and I've heard this before. Arcade One Up hardware can't run it. I understand that it probably costs a little bit more to get R&D done. I totally get that. But I'm giving out a suggestion of games that would sell out day one in my mind. I still think Cubert would be like a day one seller. If you want to take any kind of like whatever, I would have to get like Phil. We'd have to get like a list that affordable titles that Arcade One Up hardware can run and that the retailers will buy. And I think right there, there's your big three on what you can expect to see then. And I wouldn't know that. I mean, we would just assume every 80s title would run. So why haven't we seen a super sprint? I don't think that costs an arm and a leg. Would retailers not buy it then? Probably not. So then that's why we didn't see it. So what are we gonna see? Just the same Street Fighter every year? We'll just Arcade One Up if you're listening. Just release 1,000 Street Fighters next year. This year, just do every
Well,
form factor in Street Fighter.
if they do another big, let me answer Johnny Blaze's question. I would say Vintage Vault is 25, 30 minutes from Milwaukee. What would you say, McGuanago from Milwaukee, Danny?
Yeah, it's about right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like
Um,
a 40-minute drive for us. Mrs. Corner Kate, on a side note, what do you want? Let me know. What you said, I want it.
if
What are
they
we referring to?
Big Blue, I'm not talking Alien versus Predator. If they did a Big Blue Street Fighter 2, you got rid of yours? Do you still
Yeah,
have
big
yours?
no, Big Blue's not. I mean, you still have your Big Blue, right?
Yeah, because the Knights of the Round. I
Okay,
can't.
from me to you, please, if you want to, like, sell Shinku, I would take the PCB and the encoder board and put it
I
into Shinku.
heard that the speakers are just crazy if
Yeah.
you do that.
Okay, well, here's the thing, because you can do that, like, that micro SD card mod or whatever, and you have all the games. Sell Big Blue.
No,
The
it's the
speakers are
online. It's to play Knights
okay,
of the
to play
Round
the online,
online.
okay. Well, if that's the make or break, I can't change your mind, but I know that that control panel sits way too low. It's
Oh,
a
it's
must sit
horrible.
down
It's
cabinet.
horrible.
It's
I mean, you're only gonna
horrible.
hear that on this stream.
Yeah, and then the speakers are
It's so low,
trash. It
guys.
just I had to sell it. It's I got
Your
it for the
wrists
150 I got it for the 150 at the Red Cross event. I couldn't pass that up. So
and you
that
know
was
what
well
the
worth
funny
it.
thing is because I had so much Amazon points, I paid 150 for mine too. So it's kinda like, you picked it up so cheap, I can't part with it.
Yeah, like how
I
can
mean
you not, you know?
I
It's
mean, Knights
hard.
of
I
the
don't know.
Round, that's all I can handle, like, 35 minutes of that control deck, I'm done. My wrists are
That
killing
that's
me.
why I mean, that's why I sold it. And I sold it for like 400.
You
I got my
have to
money
be on
for
a
it. So
stool to play that. You have to be
that's what I
sitting
said. You
down.
have to sit down. I don't want the calves that I have to sit down on. Those days are over. Um Stupid Fab, it says, seeing Cyrus pushing the casino cade lately makes me think either one of those leaked casino cades from last year will pop up before any new arcade at one up licenses. Yeah, that would suck. Like that would really be disappointing. But again, it's something we could talk about. And I could definitely have Phil back on the show. Obviously, once we see some news or hear some rumors, I think that'd be really fun. Phil, like me, we want Arcade One Up to be successful, or really any home arcade company for that reason. I don't care who's making the damn
Yeah,
things,
we want
just make
AtGames
them
to
and
do
have fun.
because they'll all compete against each other. We want MVSX to do good, AtGames.
Yeah.
I want another
We-
company to emerge, you know?
would you get the candy cab?
I don't think so.
Feels like hard
I don't think I'll get it. I did pre-order the MVSX Mini though. That actually I'm sorry, guys. That's coming tomorrow. Thursday, Marvel's coming. So
Okay,
I
okay.
have that's what's coming around. It's the MVSX Mini.
Phil's
I
got
like
some stuff in the works. I
well, I
love it.
like MVSX. I think it's a good brand.
Yeah, I like the get. I will tell you this though, Phil. My Player One micro switch went down to the MVSX, and those things are soldered on to the micro. Like the wires are soldered onto the micro switch. So I had to send this out to OTG.
Oh,
I had to send this out
geez.
to my boy, and he had to repair the whole thing. He gave me cherry micro switches, got it back up and running. But if you don't know a guy that can solder or whatever, you're effed. Like what kind of design is that? So not happy about that. I'm not happy that it went out so fast. I mean, I've only had the thing for like
I
seven,
know,
8 months. Like
but it's
just
not
he
it's the
said it was
fact that
really
they had
cheap
it.
parts that are in there. Cheap parts that are in
You know what
there.
I like about the MVSX is the ball tops, the bat tops don't unscrew off. They're solid. Think about it. Like any other arcade one up, you're always or the
Yeah.
iArcade for that matter, you're always,
Yeah.
like, tightening it down.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta put Loctite in all my stuff.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Those
say Thumper Squid said Loctite.
yeah, that which once you do that though, it's done. Like you cannot get that off if unless you're gonna like really ruin it and twist those things off. But
Oh,
I
hey,
don't wanna
thanks
do
for the
that.
membership, Jason.
Oh, what it was see, this is the one thing, and I appreciate you watching the side poll here. Jason the little alien just gifted 10 Cornercade memberships out. Thank you so much, Jason, for supporting the channel. We got Damian Williams, our boy PD7 here, Thor Casey, Chosen One, Dragot, C North, Anthony, Worst Jago, Pax Sabonica, Calvin Wong. Let's go. Thank
Nice,
you so
nice.
much, man, for joining the Corner K crew, guys. Really help support the channel, and you guys are gonna get some bonus
Danny needs
content from
X-Men,
us.
like, he dude,
Yes, yes. But
Danny needs X-Men.
speaking of that, we'll end the poll here. We had a bunch of people voting. We got 94 votes, dude. That
X-Men.
guys, give yourselves a round of applause. That is really, I mean, that's showing out, guys. That's showing out, and that's how we get accurate numbers here. And it looks like X Men's gonna just nudge out NBA Jam Deluxe. But to your guys' credit, and this is why I wanted to talk about this on the show, Phil. Like NBA Jam Deluxe is gonna be there. You hopped on it early. You got that FOMO,
I wanted you know what,
and
guys? I wanted the community to see this thing. No one had seen this other than these images. Hoots absolutely swore by this. And every time he was in the chat, he said, I love my deluxe. I'm like, you know what? It's the deluxe. And I still say that, but I think a lot of people have NBA Jam. And these are going to be sitting around. And Danny, you're looking at a $3.99 down the road.
fingers crossed, man.
No
Fingers
doubt. No
crossed.
doubt. It's 465 right now. 443, like you said.
All right, then we got to get in touch with GI Joel because I need to make sure that this. I'm very particular. I need to make sure that this riser, the control panel's not too high. Like I'm not playing up here. Like Killer Instinct is as high as I want to go. So we need to get in touch with him, and then I need to
Yeah,
get in charge with
it'd be
99
a good
Lives.
review video, like to show his one size stand on
Yes, I'm
X-Men. Like
telling you,
that would
man.
look good.
Dude, you know what's crazy is 99 Lives saw my Blitz 2-player video, and they're like, "Dude, we love your passion and enthusiasm, like, we wanna work with you," and I'm like, "Well, what do you wanna do?" Like, I'm just my normal self, guys. If
I
you
mean,
watch me week in and week out,
they
like
have an X-Men there, right? On 99
no,
Lives?
no. So this is gonna be fully custom. They do not have a 2-player X-Men. So it's gonna be very excited. The one thing I will say that I love about 99 Lives, they use real team molding. There's like it's real arcade graphics. It's not gonna wear. You could opt to doing the protector on top, but you don't have to because it's not gonna wear. And then the graphics and font is all HD high def, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And Jason Lily Alien, totally 100% right. Go check out GI
Yeah.
Joel stuff, guys. But we need GI Joel to catch up on his project so he can get us a seamless riser, guys. I cannot wait for that. But yeah, that control
And
deck
he
was
does have
really
a
really
video.
cool.
Check out his page. He does have a couple of videos, along with Stock Jock has a nice video of his Yoga
And
Flame. It looks
yeah, that when I showed that to you, Phil, when you guys were doing
I
nostalgia
couldn't
power,
believe
your
it. This
mind
is
your
all
mind was
actually, Danny
blown.
right. Danny brought this up, blew my mind. I did a whole walk and talk around it.
Yeah,
I
it
think I
was
started you we talked about it that weekend.
it was great. I'm telling you, Phil, you got his number. You got to hook it up. You got to get him to do it. And I want to see what it looks like. I want to see the everything. I want to know like the quality of it. I want to see, okay, is this, this got to be, because once you order it, you're done. Like there's no refund. So I got to make sure That and zero redux 100%. Death to the 4-player
Yeah.
deck 100%. Should be no reason why any of that's happening. Shinobi saying, "I need that GI Joe rise." So we want those seamless risers.
The
And
4-player deck, what's good about it is if 2 adults play an arcade one-up, we have a little bit of room. That's the only advantage I have in a 4-player. Think about it.
you're not wrong, but I'll play online. I'd rather have
Well, I
room
know,
for
but
more
let's say you and
cabs.
I were it's whatever, we decided to hang out, we're gonna play some X-Men together. It'd be
It's not
comfortable.
bad. That control panel, dude, you got because it's a little bit longer. I want to say it's like 2 inches longer. You got so much more room on that thing.
I know.
The buttons and everything are spaced out like way better than Arcade One Up does it. It's so much better. Like, come over, I'll show you. You'll be like, oh, okay, I understand now. This no brainer. But having those like side pieces really brings the cab together, gives that midway of form factor and body style. And so I was really excited about the NFL Blitz. That's why I want to. That's why we're even having this discussion. So it looks like we're gonna do X-Men, and we're gonna mod it like up the wazoo cosmetically to bring it into the deluxe 2024 year. And then we're gonna do pinball, so that'll be fun. That's gonna be down the road. Attack from Mars. That's gonna be really cool. I'm very excited about that in the future. And then we're gonna see what happens with these arcade one up products. Are they coming? Are they not? What are we getting? Phil, I had a great show.
Hey,
Do we have any closing thoughts? What's on your mind? We're giving you the floor right now.
my closing thoughts is we need to get Danny to get an X-Men, like, whatever it takes. This man needs X-Men, we need to get some online play, and after that, he needs Turtles in Time.
Oh, that's gonna be the harder one because that's like done.
It's possible, though.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. God, can you imagine like that would be cool having like all three of them back. Simpsons is okay. Like these beat 'em
Eh,
ups. Once you play it, you're kind of
the
done. But
thing
like
with the
my wife keeps wanting to
4-player
play it.
the 4-player online gives 3 other people to join, and that's the big thing. Playing something like Final Fight, you can only get 1 person in there. 4-player could games, that's what I'm looking for right now. And I
The
think
bat.
that arcade went up in the future. If it's a real 3-player online game, they should give us 3 players. We should be able to play Battletoads with 3 players, you know?
The problem is though, it's that deck that you're limiting your space.
No,
You're
but
kind of
online should be able to
oh
play
yeah,
3 player,
100%,
like
100%. Yeah,
Knights
yeah.
of the
If it's
Round, all those games.
yeah, I haven't ran into one. I mean, there's some people like Hungry Wolf says, hey, I still love the 4-player decks.
I mean, and
And
I
this
do too. I do too. It's just if you
no
have the
no
room.
Nobody's exactly. Arcade One Up is literally cannibalizing their own sales by releasing these things. And I've told it 100,000 times. You got 2 4-player cabinets together, right? That is the space of 3 arcade cabinets. You just lost out on a potential sale because you opted to add a
Unless
4-player deck where no planet is having 4 people cram themselves in on this thing for a full beat 'em up. I
unless you
don't care how
octagon
many.
it, Danny. If you put
Yeah, I
4 of
see what
them
you're saying,
together,
but
like, I think that's how
the
they
way
make it.
their current design is right now, no, like it's not gonna have now. 99 Lives. Speaking of them, they do offer that like octagon pattern that you could do. It gets real funky, but I'm like, no, it's just I'll
If
go
you have a
online and play
plug
with
on the
you.
floor, it's a perfect area to do that. Like, you need to have a plug right in the floor.
Yeah, Julio Hernandez brings up a quick point before we get out of here. Adrian Graphics Arcade is open for business. He has all 4-player decks into 2-player decks. They have a link on his YouTube for his work. Julio, I will say this from my experience, his control panels are nowhere near 99 Lives, and I'll just put it as politely as I can to that. The fonts were all different from on-off switch to online play. It wasn't as good as quality. Now I know people multi-K man, people have put videos out there saying the praise on his work. I'm telling you right now, 99 Lives,
It's a
just
cheaper
pay
if you wanna save money,
the
I think you
cheaper
go that
version.
route.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
99
I think
Lives is the end all be all. Spend a little bit extra because you're gonna be pleased. You're gonna get the side panels to this thing. It just looks more complete, more finished. It really is more attention to detail to say the least. But I ordered one from him and we got a refund from it because I said this just isn't acceptable. And this is I went down and down and down and down, and it was horrible. And I was like, you got to do a better job at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, if you're just casually looking to swap your deck, great. if you're attention to detail and you really, really want to get like your money's worth, 99 Lives is the way to go. But that's just me. Final thoughts is we're getting X-Men. This is very exciting. We're just gonna wait and see the right time to buy kind of thing. Want to wait for those tax returns to come in. So government, can you please hurry up? So let's go. And then pinball's coming. My wife's gonna be really excited about that. Like down the road, we'll see what happens. And like I said, the arcade went up. We gotta wake up because the Infinity game board, that's fine and all, but we need to start selling cabs because people like Phil and I and the other 100 people in the chat here, we want arcades. We don't
We
want
do. We do.
casino cades. We want arcades. So we don't want Infinity game boards. We want arcades. I can play shoots and ladders by bringing out the board game. It's okay. I'm not going to lose sleep. There's no board game of Smash TV. Okay, got to play that on an arcade
Could you
cabinet. I
imagine
don't
if
want
there
to play that on
was?
an emulator. That'd be really funny, like a shoots and ladders version
Now,
of it.
thank you for
Uh,
bringing me on today. I had a lot of fun.
Phil,
It was so
anytime, you're always
blessed.
welcome. You're always welcome to come back to the Corner Cade, guys. I love each and every one of you guys. Please give this video a like on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing. Little P Dubs love there. Guys, let's go.